So when you look at the history of our executive compensation practice, executive compensation is something that is always talked about, but we really didn't have a skill set to do that until we really got engaged with one of our partners up in our Denver office. So a gentleman, Peter Maturko, had joined the firm. He had been an executive comp consultant for 30 or 40 years, spent time in Denver, New York, worked on very high level public company compensation. And when you look at the history of executive comp, obviously we had some issues with the public markets, things like Enron or the Great Recession, and those created regulations that required public companies to really analyze their executive compensation in a different manner, right? More disclosure, more analysis, more support for whatever an executive is going to be paid. And so that was really Peter's expertise. And then when he joined WealthPoint in 2018, we really analyzed the work that he was doing for public companies and said, why don't we do that for privately held businesses? They still have the same objectives and initiatives, right? They still have the idea of wanting to incentivize their key executives, wanting to pay them well, wanting to retain them, attract them, all of those types of things. But they don't really look at it from a privately held space because of the fact that they don't have public markets, right? We're not able to pay out huge bonuses. We have cash flow restrictions. We're not able to issue new stock awards or those types of things in privately held businesses. And so we really spent some time internally and said, how can we take the analysis of public company executive compensation work and begin to apply it in a privately held situation? And for our clients, it's been really beneficial for them because now we're able to take that level of expertise. In other words, if a public company treats their executives this way, I want to treat my executives this way, and then help them analyze executive comp, understand it, what's in it for all of those key executives, what's the value, and really design a plan that is aligned with those executives' interests, right? What are those goals and objectives that you're trying to accomplish from a behavior perspective, right? We talk about it all the time with our clients. Compensation drives behavior. And so as a result of that, we want to make sure that we're designing a plan that incentivizes that right behavior for that business and obviously for those executives. And the only way to do that is to tell them what's in it for them, right? Show them what that metric is, show them how they're being held accountable. And ultimately, at the end of the day, what's in it for them, right? What am I going to take home? If I hit these objectives, how does that affect my pay, my retirement, my financial security as one of those key leaders of the operating business?